Hello, friends. Come on in. Come on in. If you have, let's do some makeup together. So if you haven't done your makeup yet, grab your palette. I'm using my marble palette from Saint. This is like my favorite one. I love how that looks. So pretty. Unbelievable. And it's a new release, so it's brand spanking new. These are the shades from Saint. Hi, everyone. Welcome. These are the shades from Saint that are custom color matched to me. Now, today I'm not going to use Naomi. I love Naomi. She's so pretty. She's orangey. I'm going to use a red since I'm wearing a red sweater and I have to take my husband to the doctor. So I am gonna do red, and this is the new release of Hibiscus, so that's what I'm gonna use on my lips. But these are my three shades. I have a contour shade. Hi Canada, so glad you're here. Welcome. I'm going to use these three shades. I'm going to use this darker shade, which is a contour. Then I'm going to come back with some concealer, and then I'm going to use my main shade, but I'm only going to be wearing one layer of makeup. I'm 69, so I cannot pile makeup on simply because the crepe skin under my eyes, the crow's feet, what do you call these? I don't know, I call them smile lines. And then, of course, all this jowl area. So, hi, how are you, Anna? So glad to see you. I'm so glad you caught me live. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use these three shades. And as I said before, I'm going to use the new Lip Gelato. This stuff feels like velvet on your skin, on your lips and your cheeks, but this is what I'm going to wear today. I love bold colors. That's my thing. So let's get started. Okay, I'm going to start with my contour shade, and I like to use my finger because I feel like I don't use as much as if I use a brush. Now, some people say, nope, if I don't use a brush, I use too much. You do you. That's just how I feel. So we're just going to put it on the hard parts of our face. And the reason that we do that is because we're defining the face and giving it some dimension and also giving it a lift. So here we go. We're going to start right here about the corner of the eye on that cheekbone and go straight up towards the ear. There we go, the top of the ear. So we are lifting the cheeks. That's what we're doing. We are lifting these cheeks so that everything goes up. I don't know about you, but Oh, hi, Australia. So glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining. I need a lift. Again, like I say, makeup is your friend and your enemy. But again, at our age, over 60, and again, like I say, I almost can't say it, but you know, the next decade comes in less than 6 months. So anyway, I am getting ready to head into my 70s, and praise the Lord, I'm still here. That's the great part. Okay, so I put a little bit of contour on my pinky, and I rubbed them together. I'm going to put them right at the bridge of my nose and bring them straight down. And that contours your nose. I almost have to contour my nose. Never before had I done it until about 4 years ago when I started using Saint, and I learned how to do it. It's not hard. It's very easy. And don't be afraid of the darker shades. Believe me, they're going to blend. We're going to mesh the ends together, not overlap just a tad, and we're going to create one layer of makeup for our mature skin. Okay, now we come to the concealer, and concealer doesn't really conceal anything, it just brightens. So that's what we're doing here. So we're going between the eyebrows, down the center of the nose in between those two contour strips we made, on the Cupid's bow, and then just at the center of the chin. Now, these eyes, we have to do something with them. We don't want to go way, I see the younger girls, they're just piling it on underneath their eyes, and I'm like, oh, if only. No, we can't do that. We just can't. So what I strive to do is to look like me, only a little bit better. Okay, so we're going to, there you go to the outer corner and the inner corner. Again, inner corner and outer corner with the concealer. So when we blend, only the least little bit of product is going to go under the eyes. Now I have my main shade, and this is what some of you would refer to as foundation, which is the shade that is the closest to my natural skin tone. So I'm just going to put it where I don't have any other makeup. There we go. Come down here on the jaw. There we go. And again, this is so pigmented. As you can tell, I not tend to be red, I am red. And that is simply because I have rosacea. So this has enough in it, enough pigment to where, Saint does, to where it doesn't show. Now, can you imagine if I had to run out the door and do my makeup in the car? Here it is. No bottles to spill. It's right here. Everything I need plus my lip and cheek, which I'm not using today. Okay, I want to line my lips too before we get started because they have brand new release pencils. So, and the reason I want to do that is because I'm wearing red and I never smoked, but I have smoker's lines. So we're going to line our lips. Whoops, that's the wrong shade. That's gelato. Let's see. There we go. Is this toffee? Let me look real quick. Yes, it is. And so I'm going to use this brown to line them, and I'm going to just go on the edge to kind of overline my upper lip to make it look a little bit larger than it actually is, but also to make a barrier to where lipstick doesn't fade up in these lines. Because again, never smoked, but I do have smoker's lines. So here we go. We're going to start right here and just go up a little bit. Over here, same thing. Up and over just a little bit. Okay, catch that Cupid's bow. And then just, I'm not going all the way to the corner of my mouth, or simply because it kind of drags your smile down. So start more just a little bit from the corner and over a line. Just a little bit. There we go. Okay, I think we've got it. Now, am I the best at this? No. Do I normally do this? No, only if I'm wearing red. So I'm just going to soften it with my finger just a little bit. There we go. And then the reason that am doing this before I blend is because I like to blend it all at one time. Now, you could blend before you do your lips and then put your blush on. I like to do it all together and at one time. There's no right or wrong way. You do you. So here we go. Guys, I love hibiscus and I love red. You're never too old to wear red. Wear your red. There we go. So because we lined the lip, this is not going to bleed up into those lines. It's going to stay on my lip. And as you can see, my top lip looks just a little bit larger than it normally is, or naturally is. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm also going to come up here with this same hibiscus. And this is where, above where the contour is, this is where your blush should go. All right, so what did I do with my brush? Here it is. All right, cream makeup needs to be set. I like to set as I go, so I just spray my brush, give it a little fluff just so it's not wet. All righty, and here we go. All right, I like to start right at the jawline and drag it down my neck, just to be sure that you don't have that stark, difference. A lot of times I see women, their makeup looks so perfect, so beautiful, but when they turn to the side, it's like it stops right here. We don't want that. Always bring it down your neck. So how many of you learned to put makeup on when you had a magazine with glossy pictures in it? me, you had to go buy that magazine, come home and decipher the pictures and try to copy that to do your makeup. Again, we didn't have a lot of choices out there. My budget was CoverGirl, and therefore that was the kind that I used, the liquid makeup, and probably the most popular. So you could either be a little bit orange or a lot of orange and everything in between. But yes, I was always orange with that. However, there weren't any other choices. Today, we have so many choices out there, and I'm telling you, cream is where it's at. You too, yes, I tell you what, that's how I started. And again, like I say, your choice in shades was just a little bit orange to really orange. So it just depended on how dark your skin was. If I had a tan, and of course, no sunscreen. I didn't put sunscreen on my face back in the 60s and 70s. No one told us to, so we didn't. And, or I didn't. And honestly, sometimes, yeah, I had to get the real orange one, the orangey one. So, but that's neither here nor there. Now, notice how I am kind of strategically blending. I'm not doing it all at one time the way that you would do if it were the same shade. So I am strategically tapping, and again, I'm tapping, I'm not swiping or pulling. And notice how, see how I went under my eye? See how little bit is on the brush? I went under my eye, and I didn't pull the skin. So that's what we're looking for. Now I'm just going to circle blend the main shade, or what would be my foundation shade, and then come up here and catch the contour shade. Now go all the way up into your hairline, because you don't want your makeup line to stop here. You don't want that scalp line to shine either. So go all the way up into the hairline. There you go. And then just blending. See how you can see the different shades, but they're blended but not over on top each other. They're not mixed together. If you mix them together, you're going to have a muddy mess, and you don't want that. Okay, so now all we have left are the cheeks. So I'm just going to go up and down just to soften that contour, and then pick up that lip and cheek and go right up into the temple. There we go. Now, if you don't like this bold of color, there's several other shades, like this one's pretty. They've got pretty pinks too. And if you don't like that much color, then just don't use as much as I do. I love bold color, therefore I'm a little extra. Let's put it that way. What do we have here? Okay, what's the best product for skin pores? You kind of, for your pores, for your makeup to go on really well, number one is good skincare, because that's going to shrink your pores. Number two would be a good primer is going to help there. Now, it's not good to use primers with cream makeup, because what happens then is your makeup's going to slide. This makeup, it doesn't sit on your skin. It becomes a part of your skin, cream makeup. So it moves with your face. I use Rimmon skincare. Pomifera is good skincare. If you need a link or something, let me know and I can send it to you. But yeah, good skincare, because I used to have really big pores on my nose and over here. Good skincare since I started using good skincare probably around my 50s, and that took care of the large pores. It took care of so many other issues and distractions on my face, because honestly, if you use good skincare, any makeup's going to look good on you. It's going to lay how it's supposed to. The cream, just to me, it wears better. It doesn't sit on top of your skin like liquids do and powders. So that's my personal opinion. And I do represent Saint, which is the makeup that we're using. And everything on my face is Saint. So there you go. We are done. I can actually do this look in probably 5 minutes or less, if I'm not talking, and if we're just I'm just getting ready. Let's put it that way. Okay, thank you, Noreen. Yes, it looks so natural. It looks gorgeous on you too, girl. What color brow makeup do you wear? Full disclosure, I have permanent makeup brows that were done over 20 years ago. That brings me to the lip pencil we just used, which I believe was Toffee. Is this it? Let's see. No, that's not it. I just threw it over here after I used it, and I should not have. There it is. I think this is it. Yeah, Toffee. You could use, this is what we lined our lips with. You could line your eyes with it and watch. Now, I'm just lightly filling in, and this is like a chubby pencil, kind of, sort of. And look how pretty that is. This is just natural. This is how I wake up. And I do shave my eyebrows because they're gray. I mean, I have fought the gray for so long, and so finally I just gave into it. But look at the difference. It really warms up, and you know, I really like that. Thank you for that question. That was great because you've made me see that I need to start penciling over here too. I just needed to pencil in eyebrows. Eyebrows are so important because they frame the eyes. Now, I'm not doing a very good job, as you can see, but there's several different shades of pencils. This is just one I thought would be pretty to line the lips and the eyes because browns, you know, tend to be more mature skin friendly than the black. But there you go. I kind of like that. It kind of gave a little extra something. But these are new release pencils. They're very good. Very, very good. They're smooth. And again, you can use them to line your eyes or as eyeshadow. This actually would be a pretty eyeshadow, I think. So, there. See it on the hand? And that's what I lined my lips with to keep the red from bleeding up into smoker's lines. Like I say, I have smoker's lines and I've never smoked, so yeah, that kind of stinks. But anyway, but great question, great question. Thank you for asking. And I do like I say, it kind of gave me a wake up, I guess you would say. So yeah, that was great. Okay, let's see. Yes, and again, if you always, Mimi, if you always think about if you buy a product like, you know, like with Saint, you get a lip and cheek, okay? That's your choice. You wouldn't have to get this color. There's buku choices. It's your choice. So, but it's up to you what you would put in there, and that's your lips and your cheeks. So you get two for the price of one. Now this one you would need a makeup bag in, which I'll just throw it in my purse when I go to the doctor. But this is what I have on my cheeks as well as my lips. So again, it's just something I think is pretty cool, and it minimizes when you can use something for more than one thing. And that would bring us to the pencil. Again, the lips, you can line the eyes. I would tight line and do the eyebrows. Now, I might want to go a little bit darker. This is a little bit red for me. This is the shade Toffee. So I would need to go, for me, just a little bit darker maybe. But yeah, I do like I say, it kind of brought my eyes out. And I guess that's what I like about it. I do have permanent eyeliner, so that's another thing. But yeah, it's so simple. Simple changes can make such a difference in your makeup. Ladies, we don't have any rules anymore because we have outlived rules. Let's put it that way. So you can do what you want, and I suggest that. Don't let anyone tell you, just like my gray hair. When I first started growing the gray out, so many people were like, don't you feel? Oh, no, I didn't. It took getting used to, but I guess I did it so gradually, and it did take me 2 tries. The first try I gave up and had it colored, and I was so sorry I did, because 2 days, 3 days later, I had gray roots unbelievably. And when your hair is a little bit darker, or you have it colored a little bit darker, that's exactly what shows. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, you go, girlfriend. You do you. Like I say, we don't have any rules anymore. We can do whatever we want. You figure we're probably grandmothers, all of us, or are that auntie, let's put it that way. I have grandchildren old enough to make me a great grandmother. No one has yet, and I'm not rushing them into that. But something about that great in front of grandmother, kind of, well, I'm a Nan. Let's put it that way. My grandmother name is Nan, so that's what they call me. But yeah, see, you do what you want to do, and by all means, wear red. I talk to so many ladies during the weeks, and they just tell me I want to wear red or brighter shades, but I'm just afraid to. Don't be afraid. Get that lip pencil and make a barrier so it doesn't bleed up, and go for it. Just put it on and leave. Believe me, people they're gonna notice, and it's gonna be a positive notice, not a negative. All right, if any of you are interested in my one compact makeup from Saint, just comment match in the comments. What I will do is give you a free, no obligation custom color match, because these shades are custom color matched to me. So yours would probably be different as far as these three. The lip and cheek is strictly your choice, and we have a ton to choose from. So again, just comment match, and I will be happy to send you the link, and we'll get you started with your Saint makeup journey. And again, it's cream, so look at the glow. It looks natural. I look put together. I look better than I normally would, or than I do barefaced, but I don't look like I have a second skin on my face. And that's just how it is. Now, years ago, did I like full coverage? Absolutely. But it's been a lot of years since I've liked that, and I don't like it now. So again, I want to look like me, only a little bit better. Okay, let me get a really quick screenshot here, because I see someone needs a match. Okay. But again, if you need a custom color match, just drop match in the comments even after I'm off of here, because I do check comments pretty frequently during the day. And you be the reason someone smiles today, and I'll see you again next time. Bye, everyone.